Is guaranteed by Michigan law. We have filed suit today in the Michigan Court of Claims to halt counting until meaningful access has been granted. We also demand to review those ballots which were open and counted while we did not have meaningful access. That falls on the heels of Bill Stepien announcing in the last hour that they plan to ask for a recount in the state of Wisconsin. Stepien saying there have been reports of irregularities in several Wisconsin counties which raise serious doubts about the validity of the results. The president is well within the threshold to request a recount, and we will immediately do so. That threshold is within 1 percentage point of the total vote. Immediately, though, isn't exactly immediately, because you can't ask for a recount in Wisconsin till after the results have been canvassed and certified. That will not happen until December the 1st. The Trump campaign also insisting that there are still enough mail-in votes out there to give the president victories in Arizona and Pennsylvania. Here's what Stepien said about that at a conference call.
Anywhere from 2/3 to 70% of these votes are coming to the president. That math adds up to a margin at day's end of around 30,000 votes in the president's favor. Arizona, with the votes that are still being counted, will come the president's way. The president wins Pennsylvania by 40,000 votes. By 40,000 votes.
The Trump campaign is insisting that all legally cast ballots need to be counted while all illegally cast ballots need to be discarded. But they didn't go into detail about what constitutes a legally cast ballot and what counts as an illegally cast ballot. As the campaign talks about a possible path to victory, it's also preparing for potential legal action. Rudy Giuliani just tweeted that he's on his way to Philadelphia to challenge the vote there. The president's campaign blasting out fundraising emails for the potential battle ahead. Here's Trump campaign senior advisor David Bossie from Fox and Friends this morning.
I can tell you right now that the lawyers are warming up in the bullpen, and they're going to make sure that it's one vote for one person. And that's what this process has to be. And I think the American people demand it.
No plans at this point for the president to come out and talk publicly. However, I am told that if Joe Biden makes good on his promise to come out, the president not likely to let him have the news cycle to himself. So, Dana, we probably will hear from the president if we hear from the former vice president.
I can bet
Busy day.
It is. I also, right before you came on air, Harris Faulkner made the news that the president will pick up that Maine 2nd Congressional District. So that's why you see him now at 214 on your screen. Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Team coverage continues. Peter Ducey is live in Wilmington, Delaware. Peter, what's the word there?
Dana, the Biden campaign, which for days had been getting questions about how they'd react if Trump went ahead and declared victory before all the votes were counted, this morning declared victory themselves.
We don't have to do anything but protect the rights of voters and to stand up for the democratic process. If it's attacked, as the president suggests it will be attacked, we're going to successfully repel that attack.
And that's going to be paid for by the Biden Fight Fund, just launched as Democrats start asking for money to pay legal fees. We are also getting some clues about what the campaign is waiting for before putting the former vice president on camera for the first time in about 13 hours. They think Michigan is about to be called for them, and they think Wisconsin is already a win for them, and that Nevada, and Pennsylvania are going to come off the board for them soon.
By this afternoon, we expect that the vice president will have leads in states that put him over 270 electoral votes. Today, the vice president will garner more votes than any presidential candidate in history.
And Biden has been home in Wilmington since he was last here at about 12:30 in the morning. But the press pool that has been assigned to be in the bubble with him this week has been security screened. They are on a bus sitting outside of his house in the Greenville section of Wilmington, just waiting for whenever it is that he is ready to come back over and say anything. So we hope to have that within the next couple hours. Dana?
All right, Peter Ducey, you know that we'll be on top of that. Thank you so much. Now let's take a closer look at the numbers. Bill Hemmer, the anchor of Bill Hemmer Reports, he is here. You've been here. You have helped guide us through all of this. Help us talk us through a little bit of what you're seeing right now.
Okay. The actions in Michigan, although the margin right now, if you talk to the Trump campaign, it's a little difficult for them at the moment. That's John James' Senate seat as well is hanging in the balance. I know the president tweeted about that about 30 minutes ago. I'd say put your focus on 3 areas, Dana. This is Wayne County in Michigan. Not all the votes in. Raw votes here for Joe Biden, 519,000. Why is that significant? Still some votes out there again, okay? But I want to show you this, where Hillary Clinton was. She was at 517,000. However, see the margin there for the president, 228? Again, more votes to be had out there. That was from 4 years ago. He's upped his margin to 244,000. Now, I'm seeing that in different parts of Michigan, Dana. Like this is Genesee County. This is Flint. As of right now, you're about 102 raw votes for Joe Biden, 97,000 for the president. So what's happened so far? Again, some more votes out there. Look at that. Hillary Clinton won the county with 102,000 votes. The president did better than he did in 2016. But in 2020, that's how's that happen? Right here at 2 o'clock East Coast time, the number of raw votes is almost exactly what it was from 4 years ago. Again, more to come in here. This is Kent County out here, Grand Rapids, Michigan. The White House felt very good about this county late last night. They've turned the trick at the moment up 5 points, but there's still a little bit outstanding there as well. That seems to be the focus there in the state of Michigan. Watch that. And I know what some other folks are saying about Wisconsin. I can tell you the White House is going to file the official request for a recount.